So it's 3:30 in the morning right now. I woke up at 1:30. Hey, do you think you can survive without a sleeping bag at night in the winter time? Well, I'm going to show you how with the super shelter coming up. Survival Schoolhouse. Well, welcome to my office. Alright, let me show you how to survive. Save your life in the middle of winter, whether it be in British Columbia, northern Minnesota, just cold outside. Right now it's actually pretty warm, you know, it's right around 28, 30 degrees. All the snow is kind of melting off the trees. It just snowed about an inch. So, we're going to survive through the night with that, with a super shelter. All you need to do, check out my other video if you haven't seen that on how to construct it. We're going to do a slight different variation this time, and we're just going to tie it up. So let's go do it. No, I'm not doing that just for fun. This is the length of my body. I can fit right in between these two giant trees. I'm looking for dead trees all around me. If that dead tree is underneath my arm right here at 45 degrees, then we know that the tree is not going to fall on me. So basically, I'm going to fit right here. This is pretty solid. This is going to be a good spot for the night. Nothing hazardous. Underneath all of this protection already above me, relatively flat, and we can make the rest flat with our bed or stomp it out some. Super shelter materials, space blanket, plastic. Now again, you want to inventory your materials, see what you have before you start tying things up. See how big your plastic is. See how you want it tied up. So I'm going to finagle with this just a little bit and then see how I'm just going to tie it up. I'm not going to use framework like the other video. Just another example. I'm gonna try and fix this little tear just for now. If I had tape would work. I'm just gonna put a button in between there, just like that, to help keep it from ripping some more, hopefully. I'm going to tie a line across here just for strength to hold up the plastic, and then maybe I'll button off the corners as well. So this is going to work. Our 10 by 20 tarp just fits rectangular over the top just like this. And there's just enough material to be able to close in the sides, leave a little bit of ventilation up at the top here on both sides, but we'll still be able to close it in. Get that fire in front, reflect off the space blanket, get the radiant heat coming in through the plastic, keeping in as much heat as we can. Another thing about this shelter site is I came up from the valley floor at least 100 feet, a little higher than the valley floor. Why do you think that is? Very good, it's a cold sump. So down there, all the cold air is gonna be going down the mountain at night, just like water flows through a river. I'm so strong. Having this log in place keeps us secure from the wind, flying all around. We also can get in and out easily. Hi. Start with the middle, work your way to the sides. If you want to make it fairly tight, it doesn't have to be ultra tight because it is waterproof, but tight enough so if it does snow again tonight, it will fall on it and then just go down. What do you think the correct pitch is? Very good, 40 to 60 degrees, and then tie it off to your sturdy stake. Leaf for time. Forgot something. Gotta make my bed. It's getting dark. I need to get my bed ready. I put my logs down. I put the springiest poles towards the middle. And then I found a tree that was down on the ground with some green vegetation. In this case, boughs, to make my insulation bed. That's gonna insulate me from the ground. Now, I didn't have to make my bed. I just could have put all these boughs on the ground, but I'm going for trying to get that heat underneath and then radiate up. Maybe if I get lucky, I'll find some rocks, put those in the fire, put those underneath the bed to give me some added warmth, but there's still a bunch of snow on the ground, so that's not looking good. I'm gonna finish putting these boughs on. I'm gonna put them down face down so my springiness helps me throughout the night. I'm gonna need a lot of wood. All right, come on in here. I am gassed right now. Woo! Man. We have our thermometer in here. We're at 26 degrees. Bed is done. I just need to finish collecting some firewood. I'm gonna need a bunch for the night. I will let you know and show you how hot it is later. But darkness is fast approaching, and I have about another half an hour of firewood collecting. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Boom. Boom. Colds won't do anything, you just brush them off at the end. Alright, check it out, survivors. Here we are. Super shelter is 80 degrees right now. We have elk backstrap on the fire, ready to go. Take a bite of it. check it out. Medium rare. I just can't stop looking at that thermometer. That was ridiculous. Our fire is just about burned down through the snow to the ground. We're only about 6 to 8 inches down, which is great. Something that could really extend your fire in a survival situation is have big giant green logs on top of the snow. If you have 3 feet of snow, put big giant green logs down, and it's gonna take hours and hours to burn through that. But here, we didn't need to. Now that we're at our nice, chilly 60 degrees, I can start getting ready for bed. It's not too hot in here. The fire is controlled. It's managed. Things have burned down to a nice, sustainable level. Now I'm just getting ready to go to bed. Feels great in here. You guys got to try this. So it's 3:30 in the morning right now. I woke up at 1:30, put some pieces of wood on. And those pieces have still kept the shelter warm. And it's right at 50 degrees right now. It's awesome. My bed could be more comfortable. I need more insulation. It's warm enough, but it can always be springier, always loftier. I'm gonna put a couple pieces of wood on and go back to bed. Whew. Hey everybody, it's 5 in the morning right now. It is right at 52 degrees inside here. Outside it's in the low 20s. It's been staying that way all night. So I slept for another hour and a half. I dreamt a little bit, so that was good. In total got about 5.5, 6 hours of sleep. I may be able to sleep for another hour, we will see. It's gonna be getting light soon though. But I'm just gonna lay in here and rest, and then get up when it's light out. So thanks for being with me throughout the night. Oh, it was awesome. At least I slept. Oh. Good morning. It is about time for coffee and a Danish. But first, let's go over some lessons learned. In this shelter right here, having the separation in between the space blanket and the plastic helps with airflow coming up and through and reducing condensation. I know that there was some condensation down towards the backside where it was touching and down towards the bottom. But in the front, on the inside of the space blanket, all over that was close to me, did not have any condensation, which is nice because if you start rolling around and getting that condensation on you from your breath or from the boughs drying out, that's just gonna make you wet, of course. The boughs eventually dried out throughout the night, and I didn't notice getting wet from those as well. They were soaked when I put those in there, but all the water kind of went through the logs and then dripped down underneath. And then eventually I think most of them dried out. I could have just made an insulation bed, but it is a nice seat. It was nice having that bed there because it could be somewhat of an extra insulation layer versus just having boughs in the snow if you skimped on your boughs. So the gear I slept in last night. So what I did is I switched from my other boots that I had into my cold weather boots. And so that was nice. If I didn't do that, if I just wore my other boots, I would have had to been up another hour or so drying out my boots over the fire. Because having wet feet at night, they just don't warm up very easily anyway for me. I also have these nylon camouflage pants on that I use for hunting. They shed the snow right off and it doesn't stick and they dry out real quick. I have my merino wool base layer. I have a wool top. I wore my mid layer, my mid hiking layer, a synthetic jacket that I have. I had my mittens right here, some cold weather mittens. This is a big old puffy synthetic. And am I missing anything? I wore long underwear underneath these nylon pants right here. And I just put the hood up over and I just went to sleep. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers. See you next time. That is good. It's been a long time since I ate something. Like 7 hours. Coffee and Does this look good? I look good. Yeah, not really.